Straight men like a dick as well. Straight men are the ones that will draw a penis on everything, not the gays or the girls. Straight men are obsessed with dick. They want to see it too.
Okay. I think that's very wise. Very true.
Very wise. Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. I'm Nick, this is John. This is episode 16, in which we will be talking about irradiated and incestuous cousins. And they say every family has a gay cousin.
Bitch, I don't have a gay cousin. Wait. Oh shit, I am the gay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
It took like an hour to get set up for this. We better come up with something interesting.
We're finally doing it.
Right.
We will have something interesting to say because we have a lot of good stuff happening in the world.
Yeah, it's basically a double geekery of the weekery episode, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Previously on X-Men.
Geekery of the Weekery.
Okay. As long as it's a break, you can slip it in.
Sorry.
Let's just slip it in.
Yeah, so we've got two really good shows that have just started that we were looking forward to.
Yeah.
And now they're on episode 2 because we didn't have time to do reactions to the first episodes to both of them. Mm-hmm. So we've seen 2 of She-Hulk and the new Game of Thrones.
Yes. House of the Dragon. Or Hot D.
Hot D. I'm so happy that for the next few years, because it has been greenlit for a second season. So
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Which
news.
I don't know what they're basing that on. Like,
Wow, they're not going to get through the whole
subscriptions.
book.
That was my thing.
Oh,
It's
what do you
like-
mean? What are they basing it? Like, why did the decision?
Yeah.
No, I think
It's
like the
people
content.
tuned in. I think it was like the really successful, or
Yeah. That's funny.
subscriptions went up or something.
You're flailing arms and knocking things over
No
already.
gesticulating. I'm close to too many things.
Yeah.
So
Good.
that's good. So we can relax. So we know that there will be a second season. But I don't know if they're going to. Oh wait, are we doing House of Dragon first then?
I guess so.
Is
yeah.
this us doing
Let's
House
do
of
it,
Dragon?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Let's jump into it.
So I don't know if they're going to because they could have done new characters, like different plots throughout the book, rather than following the same cast every time.
Yeah, well, you know what the story is roughly, don't you? 'Cause
I mean,
I have no idea.
I can't remember a fucking thing. So
Yeah.
I thought this was a different part, and it's not. But whatever.
So let's say first of all, because at the time of recording, 2 episodes of She-Hulk have come out and 2 episodes of
Yes.
House of the Dragon come out. Spoilers.
Yes. So if you
seen
haven't watched them, please go and watch them.
Yeah.
And then join us and tell us what we got wrong. Because people love to do that, and I enjoy. I enjoy
I
being
love to do it
corrected.
to you.
To be
Why would I
fair.
deny everybody else the opportunity to tell you that you're wrong?
Which is the point. I don't know if I've said it before, but when we were talking, like when we watched the trailers, I think I said some stuff. All of it was wrong. I was like, yeah, because that's what this guy, he's the thing. All of it was wrong. So
Okay.
it turns out I can't remember a fucking thing. So
Oh, from the book, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because a lot of that is just sort of predictions anyway, and you're allowed to be wrong.
yeah, I got all of it wrong. But that's fine. I quite enjoy that because it's kind of
Yeah,
I got
it's
to read the
about-
book and now it doesn't spoil it because I can't remember a thing.
I will say as well, now that you're talking about it, like I quite enjoy the fact that I don't know what's going on, whereas I roughly, like, I kind of heard about, season 1 of Game of Thrones, and it was Ned was going to die because he got his head chopped off, whatever. I kind of was spoiled for that. And then I started reading the books like right away. And so I knew what was going to happen. And then when the TV show sort of kind of surpassed the books, and even before they did, they started doing their own thing, which, for better or for worse.
For worse.
Mostly for worse. I could go on with it about
Yeah.
stuff like that. But when they completely surpassed the books and we did know what was going on, I didn't really care as much. Like, I wanted to know how it turned out, but I wasn't as invested. Whereas this show, Hot D, it's like I know nothing about what's going to happen, and I'm so intrigued. I want to know what the story, where this goes. In Game of Thrones, I'm like, okay, well, they have to sort of.
So, oh wait,
defeat
they're
the
going to do
White
that.
Walkers,
So
they
this is
have to
going to
do
come
this.
up. Oh, is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of waiting. Well, it's kind of
This one, no idea, and
It's-
I'm loving it.
That's kind of similar to when they do like a Marvel property that I have no idea about. So whenever they do something I'm familiar with, it's like, oh, they're going to talk about this. Like, ooh, maybe that's a reference to that.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's one I have no fucking clue about, I can just watch it. And
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Like when Guardians came out, it's like no idea.
Yeah.
Just go space space film done.
And that's probably why it was so successful for the first one.
Yeah, there's no
No
expectations
one knew
for that.
about it.
Yeah.
And not to jump ahead too much, but that's also happening with me and She-Hulk at the moment because I am enjoying it because I have no idea about her.
I only know a little about her.
Yeah.
Just know she's good. But yes, let's stay with the hot D.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
What were your initial thoughts of the first episode then, when you first watched it? Was there expectations that you had, and how did that match up?
I had very little expectations, very few, because basically I the kind of nerdiness that I bring to the show is stuff like who's in it, what's going to happen, who's the bad guy, what the sort of main plots are, and I didn't sort of research it. I didn't look into it. I just knew that Matt Smith, Paddy Considine, and I didn't even realize that there's two actors who are going to play Princess Rhaenyra, because they're going to jump ahead in time at some point. And I thought it was going to be told like in flashbacks. Yeah, so this is like casting information. So there's like an older actor playing Rhaenyra and an older actor playing Alicent Hightower. That is just going to appear at some point. And I thought it was going to be told in flashbacks. I thought, well, like, you'd have her at the beginning. Oh, so by the way, the actor who plays the older Rhaenyra is the person who does the voiceover at the very beginning of episode 1. So she's the one that's like, in the old council of the Grey, whatever, and then...
Oh, God, I love that so much. I love like with Galadriel at the beginning of the film. I like when they, like, just tell us the story. Let's get us up to speed.
Yeah.
I don't like when they do it, like, in the scene. It's like, oh, yes, well, as you know, my daughter, we lost the war 7 years ago.
Let me give you a history lesson.
No, do it in a voiceover.
Over dinner, like when they're eating.
It's like, well, as one remembers, dear child. Yeah. No, give us the.
And a bit of narration is okay.
And because it's fantasy, it kind of fits with that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels storytelling.
So that's her. That's the. Well, I think that's
I had no
the
idea,
actor.
and I feel like that's not a spoiler. I feel that actually makes it more exciting because I didn't think they would do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then when they do that, I won't be confused as fuck.
Yeah.
Because they all have the same fucking name.
Yeah.
So they say like, "Oh, Princess Rhaenyra," it's like I thought what?
And these actors are generally like people like not as well known. Like people know Matt Smith, people know Paddy Considine, people know Reese.
Paddy Considine.
He's an Irish actor who's been in a lot of stuff.
Is he the king? Is he the dad?
Yeah, he's the.
I do recognise him, but I have no idea where he's from.
And Otto Hightower is Reese.
Reese Ifans.
The
Welsh one.
Welsh one, yeah. But those are the three main guys, and they're the main cast. When you
We'll see how long they last.
Yeah, which means nothing in this realm, like the main cast.
Like who knows? I genuinely can't remember.
So I will finish my thoughts on the first episode, but I just want to mention in the second episode where they have the opening titles. I'm watching those names go by, so I kind of know who's going to be in it roughly if they do that. And those three actors are the only three that like starring blah 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 blah, and then they get to the guest star.
And then are the others.
Yes.
Oh, and I suppose if it's
So not
Rhaenyra?
Not even Rhaenyra. It was
Rhaenyra.
just
It's just the three dudes.
The three dudes, yeah.
The three highest paid ones.
Yeah. Not even Lord Corlys is not in those.
Who's that?
The black one.
He
Lord
looks really
Corlys Valerian.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, so expectations of it and how it delivered the first episode.
No idea.
So
first episode, I knew the setup was like this sort of argument. There's a mild argument between the two, successions, and then he was going to have a baby, which I didn't know was going to happen in the first episode. I didn't know the baby was going to die. I just thought it was going to be like a boy. It was going to be like...
I thought that too. I thought it would be a baby boy, and then you'd have that guy, her, and the baby.
And the cousin.
All... I don't give a shit. Oh, yes, and cousins. Yeah. All of them fighting at the same time. But I guess that could still happen with just a new baby when he's really old. If we jump forward...
Could you imagine if they jump forward and, like, Alicent Hightower, who's... a young woman, and like there's like a baby boy born?
They probably will. I've read the
will.
book. I can't remember it.
You don't remember? It's fine. You'll it's the great place to be, because then you'll be like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I remember that from the book now.
Yeah. I really liked it because it was it very much felt a happy, familiar feelings. Like, oh, we're back in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It wasn't particularly dramatic. Like nothing, I don't think anything huge or shocking happened in the first episode.
No, not really.
And some people have been reacting. They're like, "Oh my god, it's incredible!" It's like I wouldn't go that far. Like it was fine.
Okay, there's dragons, but
There's dragons. They're different colors now, which I think is nice.
perfect. Yeah. That's an improvement on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything dramatic. But I did love the fact that it was like very familiar. It's like, oh, we're back. Maybe we can pretend that didn't happen. We can just get back to this. So
I've watched videos, obviously, being a nerd, and like how they are legitimately reusing those sets as well because they still exist. And like, do you remember in Game of Thrones that the room that Cersei paints like a map on the floor?
Yes, I went.
That's in the first episode.
Yes,
like the two kids are walking through, and I was like, oh.
I went there at the Belfast Experience.
I'm sure you did.
Game of Thrones Belfast Experience. Check it out. It's great fun.
If you want to sponsor us,
they gave me free tickets, so they've already done their stuff. So
I mean the company.
Or Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah. Oh my god, this episode was the best episode ever. It was. Everyone should watch it. If you haven't seen it, put down this podcast and watch it.
There's going to be so many people like breaking down every episode. I'm pretty sure Sky has their own one.
We are not going to be breakdowning it. Breaking.
No. We're not. I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'll even watch that. I think it's a bit much. To like watch the like people who like sit around and talk about it for an hour.
Did you see
afterwards.
this Easter egg? I'm like,
that's more fun. Okay. Like when if you want to rewatch the series because you kind of watch it again.
Yes.
I would probably wait and do that.
I did that with Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now that I've seen these 6 episodes, whatever, I'm going to go back and watch the breakdowns of every episode. Because sometimes the stuff like in the episode are like clues about what's going to happen, and you know, I'd rather just learn about it. Or if I do happen to see it, then I'll be, you know, as a smart viewer, like keyed in. But but there's also fun stuff that I would totally have missed that doesn't change my viewing of the story. But it's really cool to know. Like in Ms. Marvel, for example, quick side note, in Ms. Marvel, when they find the bangles, like what are they called, the clandestines, they find the bangles, the whole floor is like it's got the 10 rings symbol on it. There's like exactly. So there's an overhead shot of them of what is it? What's her face? Noura, whatever they're called. I'm missing up. No, Noura's the name of the dimension. The person,
the clandestine people.
The clandestine people, and like the British army is like invading, and they're like digging through rubble. They find one of the bangles, and there's an overhead shot of them looking up at like the fallen rubble, and from the overhead shot on the floor is like the 10 rings symbol. I'll find it for you later. Yeah, I would never have seen that unless I saw this breakdown. Anyway, breakdowns are good. I'm not going to watch them until the whole.
I'd rather wait till the whole thing's over just in case. But spoilers. Yeah, so on that, first episode, fun, yay, we're back. And we've just now finished watching the second episode.
How do you feel about the second episode?
Like it's ramping up, and I'm so getting into it already. And I like the fact that it's just one story. I think because there is going to be the option to apparently jump forward in time and then possibly do other family situations throughout the series. So rather than the previous one where they just did multiple stories all at once, you had to keep track.
Which is the way that the books are written.
And it was great, and because you made you completely lose track, and you had to go rewatch it, and that was part of the fun. But this is also nice and different because it's just one story. Focus on it, learn it. Who's that bitch's name? Got it? Okay, that's all.
Yeah, you get one more at a time.
Especially because their names are all the same when you read the book. Like they actually are the same, and if not, it's Viserius, Viserion, and Viseron. Like what the hell? Like, those are made up. I don't even know if that's right. But,
well, there's a Rhaenyra and there's a Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra.
God. And then there's the boy versions of the girl stuff. You know?
And there's like the little princess Laura, and then the brother is called like Lornan or something like that.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know. It's like...
Yeah. So... Yes, and it feels like we're ramping up, and it's like, let's just get back into it. Because they also have to treat it differently. You can't just say like, hey, we're Game of Thrones, we're back. It's like, we remember what you did in season 8. Like, you kind of have to be a little bit more cautious
different company,
with it.
different studio.
Like, exactly.
Different
but it
company.
does, it's kind of doing its best to slowly like wipe away season 8, which is good.
Sadly,
What I will say though is it's just, especially in the first episode, because obviously the whole thing is about female succession and everything like that. It just I mustn't hit the table about female succession and all that. It's just even more of a sting that they didn't let Daenerys win, because the whole point of this is like there's never been a queen.
Yeah.
And in the future, there could have been, but they gave it to Bran.
Ugh.
It's just...
Yeah.
Like, all the crap they're doing now, you know, that's hundreds and hundreds of years and that sort of stuff, and the journey that she goes on, and it's like, no, just wait, we'll still have a
we're gonna stick with the men.
boring-ass man. So, on one hand, it's good because it's getting us to love the world of Game of Thrones. It's also shit because it's like,
yeah,
that was such a shit ending.
I
wish there was a way they could retcon it.
I wish there was. But the thing is, like, I wonder how much... Obviously, the showrunners got bored of making the show eventually. They just wanted to get the story out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Millions and millions of dollars not keeping you interested in it.
Oh my god, we're what's the word? We're just like, I don't want to say enslaved. We're just sort of like prisoners to this Game of Thrones show, this monster we've created. I just wanted to end and have a normal life. Like, oh, I'm sorry that it's so successful anyway.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But I really, really wonder, like, how much George R.R. Martin, like, how many lies he told them, just because he has to give them some end to the story. But do you think that
What, for the previous one or for this one?
No, for the previous one, for the Game of Thrones Song of Fire and Ice book.
To get it picked up in the first place? Or?
No, my question is do you think that he would change his mind and, like, whatever he told those guys, maybe just sort of write the book differently?
He absolutely will write the ending differently if he finishes it before he dies, which...
There's no reason to think that he's going to die.
No, well, he will eventually die.
Eventually, yes. Oh, well, you're saying he's going to take so long.
How long's it taken him? He still hasn't done it. He wrote another book
10 years?
instead of
A
doing
different
this
one, yeah.
one, which was really good and I enjoyed it, and we get the TV show because of it, so thank you for that.
Fine.
I wonder if this show does well and, like, people follow this story, that might give him the kind of freedom to be like, okay, no one's paying much attention now, I can finish
Maybe.
the other ones, because I understand why you couldn't do it. The fucking whole world was like staring at him, waiting for him to write these books, and that's just impossible.
Yeah.
That's too much pressure.
Not to
Now
mention-
everyone's like, it was published shit, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some freedom. And if
Yeah,
they're
but I
loving
can
this,
also see, like, if he's like, oh, everyone hated the show by the end of it, I'm not really feeling it. I don't really want to put
Agreed.
much time into it.
Yeah.
But now this show, if it goes really well, we'll be like, oh my god, we still love this world, George. Like, please finish the
we
books.
do love this world, and
Yeah.
we do love how you put it together. And
Yeah. You may have tangled yourself into a Myronese knot, whatever he calls it, like, got his storylines a bit too convoluted, but figure it out, take your time.
Don't die. Just finish
Don't
it.
die.
Just finish it. Because he's got like 2 books to do.
He's
with
planning
it.
2 books, yeah.
Well, he hasn't finished the second half of this one. Fire and Blood is part 1. And that's that big. And he hasn't finished it. It finishes with, like, a king being like, I'm going to do this. And that's it. And what?
He's very good at world building. He's just got to follow through now.
It's so good. Like, wait until the Are you going to wait for the whole show to finish before you read this book? Because you will really enjoy it. Because it's just about the world. Or do you think having that knowledge will still ruin it? Because it'll be only like a small part of the book.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because the thing is, like, it doesn't start until, like, midway through the book. Like, because it starts with Aegon the Conqueror and then goes through it. So maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how they handle season 1 and what their plans are for season 2. The book will still be there. Like, I want... When it's officially announced that he's releasing this new book, I might start reading.
Which new book? The second half?
No.
Or book 6 of the game?
Book 6.
Okay.
If when that's officially announced, like, this is the release date of it.
Yeah.
It's being printed, I might then start considering reading the original books. Because enough time's gone then.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I love his books. I've only read that one. I was like, devoured it.
Yeah, but you were the one who said, I think it was you who said it, like, it's not actually like a
Was it wise?
narrative.
Was it oh, yeah, no. It wasn't.
Was it wise?
Was it
Then
wise?
definitely
Was it
wasn't you.
insightful? Oh, it's just me talking about shit.
No, it was you saying that, like, it's not told as like a book, like a, inner thoughts
like a
of
history
people.
book, yeah.
It's a history book, yeah. So in that way, it's just kind of dry, but also it gives the producers of the
but it's
show a
wonderful.
lot more opportunity to actually delve into these characters.
Massively. They know, all they know is like the main points they need to hit.
Yeah, like so-and-so died in childbirth and also the baby
Yep.
died.
And we know who dies, who lives, and who carries on next because
Yeah.
we know the next, 20
And that's why I
generations.
probably won't read it, because I don't want to know who dies when.
You will know. Yeah.
I don't want to know if Alison Hightower has a baby until I...
It's in there. I can't remember it, but it's written down in there, so...
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she does.
So let's talk about the future, though, because I have a question about the future of this show. If we're going to jump ahead 10 years or whatever and see adult versions of Rhaenyra and Alicent, I don't know if anybody else grows up and gets new actors as well, but whoever survives. I think it gives the opportunity, if they make a season 2, no matter how this series ends, they could just jump ahead like another 50 years.
Yeah.
For season 2, because if the fire, because the whole thing is based on Fire and Blood, which takes place over like 300 years, because it was about 300. I don't know.
250, I think.
Oh yeah, no, actually,
'Cause-
it's year 101. I think it's year 101. I read that somewhere or saw that somewhere.
What, this...
Yeah,
Yeah?
because it's like the fourth king or whatever. Yeah,
About 100 years, yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's set 150 or 200 years before.
Oh, this is set
Daenerys.
200 years before, not the book. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was really sweet at the beginning of the first episode when they like do the little text over it and like the thing. And that's what upset like when Daenerys was born. So the end of the second book, if he ever writes it, is Dany being born. But that just hurt even more. It's like she should have been the queen, but she didn't.
I know.
It's Bran.
Bran, who's got as much personality as a Bran flake.
Okay, yeah, that's better. I was gonna say, he's got as much charisma as my ass, but my ass is way more charisma than Bran.
Totally.
Heaps more.
Bran flakes.
Bran flakes.
Bran flakes.
Fucking Bran flakes.
So yeah, they could do that.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great. Skip forward,
Mm-hmm.
like poor actors. Like you're not signed up for 10 years of celebrity. Like
It's just like
Kit
The Crown.
Harington. Although what's happened to Kit Harington? Like he had a breakdown, and where is he now?
Did he?
Yeah,
He's done stuff. He's done like other shitty films just to do something else, and then stage stuff.
he did stage stuff.
He did Pompeii, which was a total wreck.
I haven't watched it.
I've never seen
I
it.
want to watch it because he's like topless and hot throughout the whole thing.
See,
And-
that doesn't draw me.
Oh, but it's like ancient Rome, and they're like topless. That's my favorite thing.
If they're wearing like leather
yeah,
skirts,
yeah,
maybe I will.
with a strap, right?
With this one strap, okay. maybe.
That kind of like sight and that.
I'll just watch the screen grabs, like the clips of it.
Just be drunk and
Don't
watch
do
it
this.
and be like, that's
Good
awful.
idea. Hey guys, want to come around to mine? We're gonna watch Pompeii.
We're gonna drunk watch Pompeii together and drink every time he's lustful.
We'll just turn the sound. We'll just mute it.
Yeah, I've done that.
And we'll watch like the leather
That's fine.
fighting and sweat.
It's the best way to do it.
I'll do that. Good idea. Forget games nights. We're gonna do a drunk
Just
watching. Of...
drunk watching Kit Harington. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Cool. Anything else to say about? Oh, what do you feel about the theme music?
Well, yeah. They had. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Be like.
I kind of thought I was.
I get it.
It's like, will they be able to create something as iconic as the theme music? And it'd be weird to hear an intro like that, but it not be the actual intro. So when on the first episode they didn't do one and just did little references to it, like throughout they did the background were little tweaks.
Like a
of it. It's
leitmotif.
Very tasteful. But no, they're just using the same music. Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Fair.
Oh, and the whole graphics thing is completely new. Like the whole credits, what are they called? Opening credits, graphics, whatever. With all the blood, like
Lots of
rivers of
blood.
blood. Yeah.
The blood, rather than like clockworks and
Yeah.
sigils and stuff. It's just all
Yeah.
blood stuff.
Which is an interesting theme.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell on first watch, but I couldn't tell if a lot of those golden sort of symbols or like symbols of different houses.
Different houses. Probably.
I was hoping in
I
this.
assume they will be, right? And there'll be some houses that are different because it's
They don't
hundreds of
exist
years
anymore.
ago.
Well-
Like Hightower's not still around
I don't think so.
in
They're like the lords of
GOT.
Old Town, but I think by the time of Game of Thrones, it becomes Tarleys.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I'm not sure if they are, but yeah. But the Old Town was like the
Oh my god, I'm so confused about bits I remember from the book. I thought this will finish with just this massive fuck off dragon fight, but I think that was the previous one because that was whatever the black dread, the big
Balerion?
Balerion. Yeah.
Valerian, Valyrians.
Jesus Christ. But that could have been a different thing, because there will be some big ass dragon fights. There has to be.
Hope so.
But we've only seen 2.
We've only seen 2.
Are there more? Have they said if there's more dragon riders? It's like she said we have dragon riders.
In the voiceover at the beginning of episode 1, she says at the height of their power, hence the Old King, they had 10.
Oh.
In their retinue. But I don't know. Once that king dies, who's the grandfather of the current king and the Princess Rhaenyra,
the queen that never was.
Because she is the eldest child of the king's eldest son.
Yes.
So that's why her claim was so
why
strong.
She is
but
first
went with
in
the
line.
youngest son, just because Viserys is a man. Yeah. Since that happened, we don't know how many dragons are left.
They had 10 at the height. We've only seen 2.
So
I remember weird bits because obviously not every Targaryen can be a dragon rider.
Right.
As is detailed in the book. So when they can, so it's a big deal that Princess what's-her-face?
Rhaenyra.
Yeah, is a dragon rider. Because not all of them are. Because obviously, he was, wasn't he? Because he rode Balerion.
But he's quite young. And I like the little reference in this episode of Balerion being one of the dragons who remembers
who was
the
actually there, Valyria. Yeah.
Doom of Valyria.
Did Balerion come? Is that who Aegon?
Yeah.
Rode?
Yeah.
And his sister wives. They are.
So the dragon's at least 100 years old.
Well, he did, you know.
He did now.
They're kind of skirting around the incest a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not as obvious because obviously Aegon came over with 2 sisters who were both his wives.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure he wasn't the last.
Oh no, it happens a lot in the books. So I thought Emma, who's not just Emma Bunton, just Emma, whatever. I thought that was his sister.
Right.
Because throughout most of the book, as I remember, they married.
What is the relationship of this Emma wife?
She is his wife.
Okay, we got that. Pretty sure.
And she had parents.
That's probably true.
Someone did say, I think they mentioned she's from another house, but I guess one of the parents would be Targaryen, so maybe her mum was Targaryen and the dad was
Queen Emma.
It's like Aima? Something like that?
Nope, not Emma of Normandy. Let's have a look at. See, he was Viserys the First, but obviously he wasn't. Paddy Considine is Viserys the First.
Really?
Yeah, because his dad was like Jaehaerys and
Jaehaerys.
Maegor the Cruel, and then his dad was Aegon the Conqueror.
I might reread the book.
Viserys the First, wife, go.
Wife, girl.
I said go. Aema, yeah. Here's a look at King Viserys once returning of his wife Aema. Oh my god. Oh, Wiki of Thrones. Okay, this is good. Aema.
Of House.
Loading. Cookies. Arryn. She's an Arryn.
The Vale.
Mm-hmm.
But she's Targaryen.
She's probably Targaryen blood because of her white hair.
Yeah, so her mum was probably Targaryen, but probably... So she's probably like a cousin or something like that. So they're kind of skirting around. They're not focusing the first episode on too much incest, which is probably a good idea.
Aema was the 5th child of Lord Roderick Arryn and his second wife, Princess Daella Targaryen, who was the daughter of King Jaehaerys I.
Got it.
So that makes her... That makes them... Are they cousins?
Cousins.
They're cousins then, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't mention that in the show.
No. Yeah, that makes sense. That's as far away as they're willing to go. But usually it's their sister, wife, brother, husband.
Okay, I'm going to stop reading because...
Yeah. They're not focusing too much on that at the point. So maybe that's why they chose this point as well. Less
we'll just ignore that.
Incest.
And it's not about the cousins, which this episode's about. It's not about the cousins. It's about the fact that he loved her desperately. And
his cousin.
Want to be his cousin.
He did love his cousin desperately. That's nice. But also, like, I know it's only 2 episodes in, but I feel like there's less boob, a little bit less boob, or did we see lots of whore boob? We saw lots of whore boob. Never mind, disregard.
There's definitely some whore boob.
Matt Smith was fucking someone,
Yes.
and then we saw some whore boobs.
Definitely some boobs there. No penis yet.
Come on, Matt.
Come on, Matt.
Earn that paycheck. Let's see it.
we know what you're asking for in terms of pay.
see
We
it.
have our own requests as well. I want more magic.
I don't think you're gonna get it, if I'm honest. From what I remember, as they said, like the magic is fading. That's why there's fewer and fewer dragons, and by
Yeah,
the
but there's
time...
like loads of magic by the time of Game of Thrones.
No, there isn't. There's no dragons by the time Game of Thrones starts.
Yeah, there are no dragons, but that doesn't mean there's no magic. You've got the Red Queen, Red Priestess, doing stuff,
And
Children of the Forest, and
I wonder if they'll do any of that stuff. Probably not.
White
That's
Walkers.
They ain't there. That was a bit shitty in the first episode. I didn't like the little thing at the end of the episode when he was talking about the coming of winter, and it's like, oh, and this guy wrote it all down, and he called it
The Song of
the
Ice
Song
and
of
Fire.
Ice and Fire. I'm like,
You're like, okay, I get it.
okay, that was a bit heavy-handed. It's like we know you're a spinoff. You don't need to reference.
You think
that.
that's why they put it in there?
It's like a Song of Ice and Fire. Like, no,
Just in case you forgot.
We know you're from that. It's
Yeah,
fine. Cool.
Okay.
Matt Smith's good. I think he's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, he plays it well.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to respond to that.
Well, stop talking to us then.
That's good. I think he's creepy. As
Matt
fuck.
Smith is good. I think Paddy Considine as the king is.
I think he's good. You feel for him, but he's a bit wishy-washy. I feel
Yeah.
like that's exactly what he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Just holding on to like a peaceful time, trying to not like he's concerned about his legacy for sure.
I think the girl's good, but she's also a girl. I don't like not female, as in she's young. I don't like
A young person, yeah.
teenage actors.
I mean, she's
They're
alright.
kind of exciting. So I'm excited that they're gonna jump forward and maybe see an adult version of her.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
The young girl, the young Valarian,
The 12-year-old.
the 12-year-old, I was
Valerian?
Valarian.
Is that the house's name? Yeah. The Valerian Valarians?
Valarian from
Who are Valerian?
Valyrian. I know. And there were a lot of velour. And they're quite hilarious.
Is that a real word?
Velour is a word.
I
not
know
Valerian.
velour is, but is valorious a word? You told me a new one last week, and I felt dumb after that. So
Did I? I do a lot of crosswords.
the one it's something about animals.
Crepuscular.
Yeah.
Crepuscular. Yeah.
Crep-
That was you. I was
Yeah.
literally watching. I was watching this documentary about cats on Netflix.
Are they crepuscular?
And they said the word, they are crepuscular. And I said, Tom, that's like what I told you about the word crepuscular when we went on the way to Gamers. And he was like, yeah, I remember.
Oh, he just went along with it?
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
He's like, because I took him to the board games one, I think it's Sunday before or whatever. I knew it was you. I figured it was you.
Well, you obviously didn't, because you said it was Tom, and Tom went along with it, so neither of you know what the fuck's going on.
Lies. Anyway.
Cool. Any other thoughts on Hot D?
Just that I quite like that actress. And I don't like child actors generally, but I did like her. Yeah.
She's good. She'll be good.
I'm happy about Hot Day, and I'm ready to watch more. Should we do like a final episode recap or live viewing maybe?
We'll definitely do something for the finale.
Okay.
Because it also not just is the finale; it sets up how. Like I want to know what season 2 is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Is it jumping forward? Is it staying with the same family? So
And are we gonna wait a fucking year and a half for it?
Yes. And will we see penis?
Penis, most important. Most importantly,
It doesn't have to be Matt Smith's penis. I don't really know if that's going to be exciting to see, but someone's penis.
yeah,
Every set of boobs we see.
you should see a penis as well. Not just for the gays, but also for like the women who are watching.
Straight men like a dick as well. Straight men are the ones that will draw a penis on everything, not the gays or the girls. Straight men are obsessed with dick. They want to see it too.
Okay, I think that's very wise. Very true. So they're cousin fuckers, and we're gonna go move on. We're gonna move on to other cousins.
Let's move on to other cousins.
From cousin fucking to cousins to cousins sharing blood with each other.
Sharing a gamma irradiated blood.
Gamma radiated blood.
She-Hulk.
The day that it came out, I got a text from you, and it was like, "I love it," and I knew exactly what you were talking about, and I was so happy that it was good. So I hadn't seen it yet.
You've watched both, right?
I've seen both of them, yeah. So I've seen episode 1, episode 2.
That's both of them.
Spoilers, yeah, if you haven't seen it.
Yes, spoilers coming up.
I mentioned it earlier, but like I have no idea what to expect. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I have no expectations.
Yep.
I did not know that She-Hulk is a fourth wall breaker in the comics, and apparently she was around before Deadpool ever was.
Massively. Decades? At least a decade.
It's very obvious that they're trying to, like, they're playing with different things to see how they're going to do it with Deadpool, because Deadpool, who is eventually going to make it into the MCU eventually, how to do it well, to make it work in the MCU, because he's going to do it all the fucking time.
Yeah. I did see someone on TikTok say it's their headcanon that...
Headcanon?
So headcanon is like, it's a theory that could be canon, but it's in my head. Like I made it up. So it's like a fan theory.
Okay.
And I'm going to treat it as canon until proven otherwise. It's like headcanon.
Okay.
No. And so, like, while Bruce had a second personality in his head that was the Hulk, a rage monster, Jen's second personality is us, is the audience. So, like, he had the struggle with the second personality in his head. Hers is she talks to it, and that's the audience.
Okay.
So we are the POV of her. It was like, you don't have another guy in there. It's like, she does. It's us. It's cute. It's a fun theory.
Okay, it's cute. I dig it.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like, why is she breaking the fourth wall?
I don't know.
And no one else does it.
No one else does it.
Deadpool only does it because he's by himself in that universe. He's not really part of the X-Men.
As much as he'd like to be.
As much as he would like.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the thing. Yes!
Oh, I know what I was going to say. But she does it in Hulk form and in Jen form as well.
That's the point. She does do it.
So...
But that's still a personality that's in her head.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But I mean, like, Bruce is able to sort of balance the two personalities.
Now? He never was before.
Yeah.
It's only very recently, and he couldn't do that in the comics. Yes, he could. There's been so many Hulks.
Smart Hulk?
I don't know.
The thing is, like, also about the show, I think that Hulk is, like, the least interesting character.
Agreed.
And I'm so bored of it.
So
I'm so bored
boring.
of, you know... I'm bored of any character who's super powerful, who's, like, invincible to some degree. And, like, this whole Smart Hulk thing is, like, I get it. He's, like, Bruce Banner, fine. He's, you know... But the whole Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing just doesn't appeal to me. And
I just hate the hyper-masculine testosterone-y crap that appeals to, like... It was always fun for, like, little boys who liked it because he could... And it was great. I feel like things. Slightly different tastes than that. Yeah. I always thought he was boring, and so many people don't watch the other films. So,
you know, because that's the other thing I realized is they were talking about Emil Blonsky, and I was like, oh, I've just realized that I haven't seen every Marvel MCU
I know.
film. I forgot about that one.
I don't think I have watched that. I think I watched the Ang Lee one with the other guy in it because he's hot.
Is it Eric Bana? Yeah.
But Edward Norton, no, I'm not into it. And the first one was so awful. Why would I go in for more?
Didn't it have, like, Liv Tyler in it as well?
The first one did. Didn't it?
No.
The first one had Liv Tyler.
Who's, like, the love interest in the Edward Norton Hulk film?
Pass. No
idea. I want to say Liv Tyler, but I could be
Alexa, who starred in The Incredible Hulk?
The Incredible Hulk stars include Edward Norton, Liv Tyler, and Tim Roth.
Yes, you are correct.
There you go. Moving on. I'm the actor geek, I have to know. I haven't seen that film.
Nah. And lots of people are like, there's no point. It's crap.
So yeah, I'm glad that he is stepping aside to let a more interesting character through.
Yes.
And
She's always been more interesting. I think we talked about that briefly when I talked about the Spider-Woman episode. how the female versions, like She-Hulk, was obviously just created so that they had the copyrights to it, so that someone else couldn't say that. And I think she's way more interesting. Same as with Spider-Woman. It's like, here's a... Well, not Spider-Man. He's a little bit different. But, like, here's a character that's, like, aggressively male. It's like, really that. Let's make a female version of it. But they have those traits, but they also kind of have a personality to make it interesting because they have to make it different from the basic version that they originally had. And that made it more interesting.
Yeah, the only thing they're copying is, like, the name.
The name, the green gamma and the muscles.
When I say copying, I mean like...
But because her character has always been in control of her wholeness. Mm-hmm. Like he left the Avengers in issue number 2. Like he was not an Avenger for very long.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was.
Because they're like, Bruce, you're a bit of a liability.
Because he's uncontrollable. He was a psycho, so you know.
Like the cafeteria ladies are complaining. Could you imagine?
They didn't have a cafeteria lady, but they did have a butler.
Like receptionist downstairs.
Not happy with that. So he was in Avengers number 1, but he's not been as mainstay. Where she's been in it fuck tons, and she's been in the Fantastic Four. I think she's been around for fucking ages.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she has been around, so I'm looking forward.
So there's lots they can do, and
So I'm eager. What else did I like about it? Okay, I like...
the best thing about it is Tatiana Maslany, and I enjoyed it. It's nothing revolutionary. It's not WandaVision, which is it's not what the fuck. It's not a mind fuck. It is a fun, comedic action show.
Yeah, like a lawyer type of show.
Well.
Not a lot of courtroom scenes, but
yet.
We're meeting the client,
and I love that. But the main thing, but it's not like, oh my god, what do you mind? But it's just good. And it's because she's so good at it.
She's very good.
So charming, and her chemistry with Bruce is great. And I'm so excited that everyone apart from the incels will love it. And so I look forward to her being in a film with Carol.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. It's gonna be so good. And that would be like a lineup of women that I would think like, this deserves, not when it's like the gratuitous shot of the women coming together,
They either did that or they didn't do that. So if they did it, it annoyed a couple of people. If they didn't do it, they didn't give that moment to young girls and fans of those characters.
That's fair.
So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So they sided with let's make it a little cheesy, but give this really nice moment.
That, yeah.
And I loved it because it was a reminder of A-Force, which is a thing that She-Hulk actually led. That was in Secret Wars. Evasion Wars.
A-Force.
A-Force.
Okay.
It's all female Avengers led by She-Hulk.
Not Carol?
No. Don't know why. Was Carol in it? Because that was during the whole multiverse, during Secret Wars. The new Secret Wars one.
Incursion.
Yeah, we go. That's a word. That's a word.
Let's do charades.
So I don't know if Carol was in it or she was doing something else. I wasn't really that excited by it. But anyway,
okay. Yes, so I was going to say...
What are we talking about? I'm really tired and hungover.
You mentioned something, and I'm trying really hard to keep the threads together. Because WandaVision had to be a crazy big hit, or they would never have continued doing this.
Well, it wasn't going to be the first release. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to be released first.
I know.
Because of COVID.
And then they rewrote a lot of that shit because they had a sub... Did you hear about this? Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's kind of rocky because they cut out a large chunk of the plot. They had a subplot about... Remember the old lady that was dying, and then Carly Morgenthau was supposed to be at her deathbed saying, "We're gonna miss you, lady," whatever. That's some famous Italian actress, and she had a much bigger part. They had a subplot about a virus, and then COVID hit, and they're like, maybe not do that. If you remember in the very first episode, and I did remember this as well, Bucky climbs into a van and it's it's full of vaccines. And they never mentioned vaccines for the rest of the show. They just it's humanitarian aid of some sort. We gotta save this van or whatever. But that was a key into the whole sort of subplot. They just completely wiped it. which is kind of the reason that the whole
Sucked.
show was
less
rocking.
than exciting
Yeah.
because it was
Also, why they pushed it back a little bit. So WandaVision was great, and then every show that came after that was a different kind of show, if you know what I mean. Like, they kind of took it out their own way. Like, you had Loki, which has his own kind of thing, and then, like, what was after that one? Hawkeye, I suppose. And then, like, this one, I'm quite like the fact that they're doing something different in terms of the talk to the camera thing, as well as the lawyery type courtroom drama.
I really hope they do more lawyery stuff.
Yeah,
I hope
me too.
I mean, I assume it will be because of the name of the show. I hope it is a lawyer show
Yeah.
with superpowers. I hope
Yeah.
that's the thread of it, and we know who's going to show up later, so that makes sense.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
are you
He's
talking
been
about?
he's in the trailer with a different costume.
Oh, yeah.
The other lawyer.
Why did I forget that?
Who did you think was showing up?
No, I meant Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't know it was like,
I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
it was
he
just speculation. But you wasn't
see
in the fucking
him.
trailer. 'Cause I'm so smart.
We're really good at this. Like,
I know. This is why we're in.
this is our entire brand. Is like
know,
watching shows like this, and we don't remember. What's
Let's
going
break
on.
down the show. What happened?
What
I don't
happened?
remember.
Does anyone remember Rhaenyra? I don't know.
Rhaenyra? What are the names?
I've read
again?
the book. I don't know anything.
You read the
Yeah,
comics?
so I hope. No, I meant of making fun of myself for Game of Thrones. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I know. I have a question for you. Who is Titania?
No idea. No idea.
Who the fuck is she?
No idea. It's just a random bad guy character. It's great. Do whatever you want with it. There are so many random bad guy characters you can choose. Just,
Yeah.
that's fun.
I thought Titania was like meant to be a kind of nemesis to She-Hulk because she's already been like they've always hated each other for whatever reason.
Maybe.
I love Jamila Jamil.
I love her, and I'm loving all like the TikTok clips of her. Like she's taken over like Marvel's TikTok as.
Oh, is she?
And there's now an account. Titania is verified on Twitter and
Really?
Instagram as its own account, as
That's
her
so
own
funny.
account, because that's her character, isn't it? She's
Yeah.
an influencer.
Yeah. There's like a little
It's
sort of
so
news scroller
super.
in episode 2 where it's like, you know, super influencer Titania says it was not just misunderstanding or something like that.
I love it. I love it. I think it's going to be great. She's awesome, and Tatiana's awesome. So just let them have their moment and
Did you
do awesome things.
Did you ever watch Orphan Black?
I didn't. No, I don't
Okay,
think I
yeah.
heard about it until they were saying that. Oh, this woman from Orphan Black's probably going to be She-Hulk. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
That was one where I think it was about clones.
I think she plays all her clones and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff, and everyone's like, she's so good. I'm like,
She's
yes,
so
she
good.
is.
Yeah.
Turns out, yeah.
Cool.
Disney money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Any questions, concerns? Obviously, you see a lot of backlash against it online, and it's being review bombed.
What?
Of course, because it's a woman.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Tell me more. I don't want to hear it, but tell me more.
The kind
Who's
of
doing what?
the sort of semi-iconic bit where she's telling Bruce that she's like, yes, I have to deal with this every day.
I thought that was a really good
have to
line.
control-" It's brilliant. It's like, I have to control my anger every day. All the incels are like saying, it's like, it's her saying her experience is more difficult than Bruce. It's like, his girlfriend was killed. He's been chased by the government for 10 years. He's been on the run. He's lost his whole life. She's
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
that's
that's
not-
what she means.
That's not at all what she said.
Yeah.
And she's specifically saying, it's like, you've been through some horrible shit. I don't need to, because I can control my anger. So why would you want me to go through all that crap? Yeah, so it's just this huge retaliation. And if you look, it's on IMDb. It's been review bombed, which I think they'll just delete them because, like, on
When you-
1 to 10, you can actually look at the demographics of the people who are voting for it.
Oh, really?
And everyone who's rating it as either a 0 or 1, it's all 35-year-old white guys.
Oh, God.
Like, exclusively. Like, it's all that.
That's so dumb.
But it's also like, you know what? Fine. Go online and tell the world that you hate a show about women. It's like, it
Yeah.
just makes it so much easier to find you guys.
Yeah.
It's like,
We need
okay,
that
you've
kind of-
outed yourself.
Yeah, we need you to be visible so we can...
You just make it easier and easier for us to completely disregard your opinion and
Yep.
to just get rid of you. It's completely predictable. I just hope that I don't think they have enough way to kind of make a difference.
Well, the fact that we know about it, we're talking about it, means that
Yeah.
we already don't.
But I don't think it's like they're not going to not watch Avengers
Oh, sure.
Kang
I see what you mean.
Dynasty if She-Hulk's in it, right? Like they'll still go because they want to give
They'll
them
just complain about it.
Yeah.
Some other female character. Or some other minority.
What other male characters are left that's interesting? It's like in the Avengers. It's just sad.
In the Avengers.
Yeah. There's
I don't
none.
know.
They're all crazy. No, Shang-Chi. Ah,
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
What more of him?
He's so hot. It's him and Sam. That's it.
As far as male characters, I don't know. Who else is in the Avengers who's not there anymore?
Who's going to be there?
Sam.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
I don't know how much longer Paul Rudd's going to do it, though.
Oh, he'll milk it.
Do you think?
He loves it. Everyone's talking about him. He was sexiest man alive.
He was.
Now he's dead. Because apparently he was... You no longer say... I'm just kidding. Sexiest man alive, and then you no longer... Sexiest man alive.
Korea's dead.
No, I was making
Because
a
he's
joke.
dead. Oh, because he's no longer alive. He's
no
still
longer
sexy
alive.
then.
Yeah, sexiest man
Sexy
dead.
corpse. Sexiest man dead. I think Chris Hemsworth should just stay forever.
Oh, yeah.
You just keep being great as Thor. Come back and be like...
Yeah.
Have Carol and Jen tell him what to do. And him go, okay! And just do it.
Yeah,
I could totally see that. That'd be great.
yeah.
Because he's a himbo, but he's a feminist, so...
What does himbo stand for again?
It's like a bimbo, but a man.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Crack that code.
Yeah, got there. Do you see the
Figure that
gears
out.
working?
You go, ah.
Oh!
Yeah, so I just want it to be more lawyery,
More lawyery.
with some fights and some stuff.
My
Done.
favorite part of it was the map to the best toilet in the office for pooping. I literally laughed out loud. And I'm glad I rewound it to watch it again, and I'm glad I did, because the first time I laughed so loud, I was like, rock my head back, and I missed their reaction. Like Jen and, is it Nikki?
Nikki,
friend?
the party girl.
And they're both like, thank you. They're like, this is very valuable.
That's great. I didn't even notice
I
that.
know.
That's cool.
What's his name? Because
I don't know. Is that the one she fucks as Hulk? That's gonna be fun.
Oh, please
yeah.
let there be fucking in this. Must be some...
Probably not gratuitous graphic fucking,
The only
but
straight-
very
the
heavy,
only
like
straight
implied. Like
romance.
we've seen the clips where she's like picks the guy up and takes him to bed.
Oh, yeah. I remember that from a trailer ages ago as well.
I'm looking forward to that. So
Cute.
That's hot. If he's like into giant strong women.
Okay, at the
Oh.
end of the second episode,
Yes.
when Abomination breaks out,
Carry on.
and then you see a clip of like inside the newsreader, which is clearly from Shang-Chi.
Yes.
So does that mean that this takes place before Shang-Chi? Or like coincidentally with?
Footage has just been leaked. No. She says footage has just been leaked. It doesn't mean it just happened. It just means you've just seen the footage. So it could have happened 6 months ago, but someone's just found the footage of it.
So he's not been in this prison for the last 15 years, whatever. But
When he goes
would
back.
How would they know that he wasn't there?
We'll find out next episode.
Oh well, I suppose.
Yeah, because
Okay.
everyone's like, oh, ruins the continuity, because Bruce is in human form and has a sleeve on.
At the end of
Brace at
Shang-Chi,
the end of Shang-Chi.
yeah.
It's like, no, that's why it's old. It's like, oh, this is old footage.
Footage has been leaked.
So that's going to affect his parole. It's like, you've been skipping out, you've
Yeah.
been breaking out of thing.
I suppose.
And he'll be like, but I came back
Yeah.
every time.
Well, then why is this time different then? Because has he actually like broken out?
Well, I guess Wong Goimao, or someone who can teleport, he's a giant man
But wasn't
lizard.
there
He
like a
couldn't
little
teleport
shot-
himself.
Wasn't there like a shot of like the doors being busted or something like that?
I don't know. And in Shang-Chi, do you see where he goes? Do you see him go back?
Oh yes, yes. And I watched a video where the attention to detail. No, it was in No Way Home. No, it was in No Way Home. Yes, where like
That's the lizard.
no, hang on. There was some scene either in Shang-Chi or No Way Home when like Wong does the
Yeah, sling ring.
sling ring, and then behind it you see like a weird sort of cage, but with a red line. Same identical cell as in She-Hulk. That's just clearly that he's going back there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
that's attention to detail. But what is he doing? What is Wong doing? He's going to be in the show. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Probably.
No, he's been
That's
in
a
trailers. He's been in trailers.
Oh, see, you're clearly not paying attention
Now
either.
that you reminded me of.
We're
not remembering
rubbish.
it. Why
Why would Wong do that?
That's my question to you right now.
Well, I don't know, because I didn't realize he did that. Okay.
Sorcerer Supreme, Wong.
Dicking around with... Well, why was Wong in the cage fight to begin with? So...
True, yeah.
What was he after? So there'll be a Wong story then. I didn't mean to say that. I really didn't. It's so awful. It's a Wong story.
It's a Wong story. Don't get me started.
No.
It's a Wong story.
Anyway. But yeah, that just makes it... I'm looking forward to that, because that'll be kind of like part of his case, and she has to like make the case that he came back and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I could go on forever.
Legal
I could
drama.
watch that forever. That's
And maybe the mystery of like the legal drama is going to be like, what is Wong doing?
Yeah. All of that shit. I love it.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
I have something
Yeah.
Okay. So, remember when we were talking about Kamala Khan, all like the QR codes that show up in each episode?
Yes.
And they all in like, if you pause it and like link to the QR code, it links to like some Marvel thing where it's actually a free comic like you can read about.
Cute.
Yeah. So I did it this time when I saw it. I didn't see it in episode 1, but there's a QR code when she's like, oh, I just got fired, and she's like on her sofa with Nikki, and she's like typing something about something with a tour guide in Holland or whatever, or Denmark, whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, as part of the QR code, like on that website, so I paused it, and then scan the QR code, and like, oh, cute, so like a little free comic book. Let's look at the rest of this website, and there's one sort of subheadline, like a link to another article, and it says, man with claws in bar fight, something like that. And I was like, what? And my first thought, which I assume is your first thought, is stick. Because that's clearly a reference. I don't know if it's going to be like a wade in, but everyone's talking about it.
That's so fun. Well, also, is Jen a mutant?
That's a
Bruce
good
is Jen
question.
mutant.
Maybe Jen's a mutant because she could handle the gamma radiation
Yeah.
better.
The same way Kamala, like, can use those powers because of Jennings. Like, he says, like, the key's in your blood or whatever, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He used it to heal my arm. So Jen has something in her.
Yeah. Is this their way of like reintroducing mutants? Like this, either this sort of man with claws in bar fight is just a nod to the original X-Men film. Like, remember that? Because it could be anything. Like claws. I mean, Black Panther had claws as well. They could metal claws, you know. Could be anything, but it's very clear. Like everyone is like Wolverine.
That's so
Were they around the whole time, or did something awaken
This is a
them?
huge segue.
Yes. Which I don't want to bring it up until we're done talking about She-Hulk.
I want to talk about it now. No.
No, I did want to bring it up earlier.
Okay.
But I did now because...
Okay. Where do you think mutants have been?
Okay. I was like, finish that sentence.
How do you think they will address
See,
that?
if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh, they're just going to make it a different universe that has that they can join up together, and that's where they've been the whole time. Now it's like either they're going to say that, like Kamala Khan, that these abilities are awakened by some cosmic energy. That's the new sort of
Like
Terrigen
Wanda.
Mist, is cosmic energy. Yeah, like Wanda. Yeah, because hers was awakened by a different
An
stone,
Infinity Stone. Mind Stone.
Mind Stone. But Kamala's was the bangle, which people are thinking is like old Kree technology because of all the purple, you know.
Well, Carol is...
Well, Carol's not a
Kree.
mutant.
No, Carol is Kree.
Yeah, and also, by By
Well,
extension,
they could make. I mean, Kamala's not a mutant in the comics; she's inhuman. They could make Carol a mutant the same way Jen is a mutant, and the same way Wanda is a mutant,
yeah.
but was activated by some other power. They could. I don't want that.
I don't think they will do that.
I don't want any of that.
I mean, because that's different. That's a mutate. They make that very
Correct,
clear in the content.
correct.
In the
Correct,
you
but
know.
yeah, I don't want that. So, but maybe that's
We'll
what they'll
see.
do.
I don't
What
like
do
the
you
fact
want?
that it's cosmic energies.
Can I say what I want?
I'll answer your question first, and then yes, I want to hear what you think, because basically I think that they probably have been around.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of storylines, they're not going to make. There's going to be some mutants that have been around for a long time. Like you can have the older ones, like I don't know about Charles or Magneto, but like if Wolverine has been it can't really age, and he could have been around for a long time. You've got old mutants like Apocalypse who are just in a different era. Like they can have been around forever. But as far as the new ones, they're gonna have to be young now, and something must have happened to create this mutant gene that propagates in the population.
Okay, great. Now me.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't like that. So, well, it's very similar. Because a lot of people are like, oh, where have mutants been the whole time? I would love it if they're like, well, they've been here, but you hate them. Or
Yeah.
you think they're a freak. Or, like, you're horrible. So, they're not saving you.
publicized
I mean, the
themselves.
freaking Eternals didn't help anything like that. Or even if they did, they're not known well enough for anything like that. I wanted, when the whole Endgame was happening, and people were like, ooh, does the snap awaken mutant powers? It's like, then it's not mutant powers. The whole mutantness is that it's evolution, that's why people are scared of them, that's why they hate them. I wanted it to be that they've been around for ages, and the times when it does happen, Professor X mind wipes them, or like there's illusions going on like that, so people
really?
forget that it's happened, and either the snap, he went away,
Oh.
and then people, like, he's not covering up for them anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I want. It's like, they've been here the whole time, but you forgot that because this guy's been making
That's
sure you
a good
guys
clever
don't
one,
kill us.
yeah.
They didn't do that, so that's not what's going to happen.
No.
I really wanted that to be that. It has to be that they've been here the whole time.
It
It's
has to
like,
be, yeah.
But why would they save you?
Yeah.
Especially if one of them's like, oh, I have wings.
What?
Well, even one of them, the other guy, is like, I have big feet.
Yeah.
That's his mutant power?
My skin is blue.
Before that, he just had big hands and feet.
Who?
Beast.
Oh, yeah.
He was human. He wasn't blue. Up until
Yes,
the
the beginning, yeah.
70s. His power was big feet. He's not going to do
A
anything.
monstrous physique.
He's not going to do anything.
No.
So, like, they've been there the whole time. It's like, we're not going to do it. If they're not the X-Men, they're just mutants. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to help you because there wasn't the person to bring them all together.
Yeah. I agree. I think the best choice is to have them been around the whole time, but
Yeah.
just not being
You just
public.
You just didn't know. Yeah. They weren't paying attention. Or they were hiding, or in the occasional cover-up.
Yeah, cover up. I like that. Or, like, it could be very simple.
It's going to be so long until we find out.
You have
I'm going to be
you know.
50. I'm going to be 50.
No, you're not. They're gonna do something. I mean, they verified. They put the da-da-da-da-da in Kamala Khan when they said the
I
word.
still didn't
mutant.
hear that. Like, I
Wow.
missed it.
You're not a proper.
I was excited, so I was squealing.
I was just covered up the.
Yeah. Missed it completely.
Yeah. So that's it's. I mean, it's clearly there. It's clearly gonna happen.
Hurry up.
What was I gonna say?
I have to wait till Avengers is over before that.
Yes, they're gonna have to be. Oh yeah.
2 more Avengers. Well, they'll be around for Secret Wars. They have to be around for Secret Wars.
That's. I mean, they don't. They also have a.
D23's in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that one. Well, we are definitely gonna do an episode about D23.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of good content coming. Is there anything else you want to say about She-Hulk?
No,
Or-
it's just great. I love it. More.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
More. Do we know how many episodes it is? Is it more?
Is this the 11?
No. It's Charlie Cox. Daredevil is 18 episodes when it comes out. He better be topless. Like, a
Alexa,
lot.
how many episodes is She-Hulk?
There are 10 She-Hulk and
Hang on.
20 non-TV episodes.
I love how she put a pause after She-Hulk. There are 10
Attorney at
She-Hulk.
Law.
Attorney at Law.
Come on, tell me
I love the bit where she gets fired and like the opening credits go from Attorney at Law to Attorney for Hire. That was cute.
that. Cute.
pooping.
Yeah, just love it. More, please.
Dear listener, tell us what you thought.
Yeah.
Write in, tell us what you thought about She-Hulk or House of the Dragon.
Hot D.
Um,
Hot D and the She.
Did we forget to mention something that you thought was really cool or really dumb even?
Absolutely sure we did. We didn't really go into a huge amount of detail to break it down.
Don't have to. It's gonna be
Any gay stuff? No gays.
no gay.
No
Yeah,
gay
no
yet.
gays. I don't know anybody. I don't know any gay stuff in there.
No gay yet, but I'm hoping there's more gay. It's a shame.
We gotta up our gay.
What?
We have to up our gayness in the future episodes, maybe. Have we done a lot of gay?
No, it's in House of Dragon. There's no gay in that yet. There's no Renly or anything like that yet.
Oh yeah.
And they had that pretty early on in season 1.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe season 3. Maybe Dick. Maybe a 3-way.
Maybe well, you can't. Not allowed to show an erect dick. What was that about?
Just a dick slapping you around the face. Oh man.
I thought you know what? I thought that's what you were doing, but I don't want to assume.
Of course. I mean, it doesn't have to be like fully erect to do that.
True. I mean, if the boys can do like giant-sized penis taking up the whole screen,
An internal view of the penis. Oh my god.
and it was so weird.
Oh,
Anyway,
gross. Yes. Tell us your thoughts. How are you liking House of the Dragon? What do you want from it? What do you think will happen about it? Is it good? Does it make up for season 8 Game of Thrones?
high bar.
Who knows? And She-Hulk. Are you
Yeah.
liking She-Hulk?
Let us know. Write us. You can send us an email at incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to get in touch, we have a TikTok now. So follow the TikTok. What's the name? What's the username? Is it just
Incomplete Geeks.
Incomplete Geeks?
On
TikTok?
We have a TikTok, and please, if you see our videos on there, comment, tell us what you hate about us, because TikTok users are not shy telling us what we got wrong and why we're shit. So
You can also
keep
tell
it
us
up.
what you like about it as well.
Oh yeah, it'd be lovely if someone had some nice compliments. Unfortunately, that's not been the case.
Dude, there's some. There exists at least one, I'm sure. But yeah, it's brand new, so have a look at it. Incomplete Geeks on TikTok, or you can follow me on Instagram at John Marks, JONMARX. You can follow Nick on the Twitter sphere. He's at Nick Baker Geek, and just let us know what you think. Please give us a rating on this episode. Like, share, subscribe as you do.
Please.
We want to know all about what we missed because we're missing stuff out. We get things wrong. We're late to catch up because if you haven't figured it out, we're not complete geeks.
But we are working on it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.